little tired, but I mean, we're coming down to the end of the semester for school. We're getting into basketball. I mean, we've had 8 games in November or 7, but um, yeah, I think that happens to every team. Like we're getting into it. Like there's no way to avoid that. But with our strength and our strength coaches and stuff like that, and with NATO, it's a lot better to get through and get past the tiredness and soreness and so on.
How do you think you'll be used in this one against USC, a team that's probably the biggest you guys have faced this year so far?
I mean, I think we're all going to play similar roles that we have been, but it is going to be is a bit. I mean, they are a bigger team with what I think it was like 7-1 and 7-2. So, I mean, it just depends how we get them into foul trouble or how they get into us foul trouble. That's how our minutes are kind of going to be used this year. So, we'll see how that goes.
How often is it that you go up against someone that's your same size?
No, it's rare. Like it just back in AAU days, maybe. I mean, I haven't played against a 7-footer. It feels like in a while, but yeah. I mean, you don't see it very much. Teams just don't have that many 7-footers, so that'll be a fun matchup.
How about that challenge? What does it mean for you personally, Nick, to kind of gauge yourself against a bigger guy as well?
No, yeah. It's a big challenge because you always want to go up against guys that like. I mean, you've always heard about this kid always having a chance to go to the next level too. So that's something where you're just like, hey, like I got to prove myself. And I mean, it's never been about us versus one player really. It's been us versus USC. Or I mean, we're gonna attack them like that and go as a team. So it's not really gonna be how he does. It's gonna be how we stop their offense and how they stop our offense.
Well, you guys are starting continually climbing up in on the polls. You guys are 18 in the AP poll and 20 in the coaches poll. I mean, what does it mean to you guys just continually getting more and more recognition?
I mean, that's awesome because I mean, the more and more recognition is like it's just the more we're out there. Like hopefully that means just like the better seeds we'll get when it comes tournament time. But that's a long ways away. We know we have a lot of improving to do. I mean, coach is saying keep getting better. Yeah, we just got to keep improving, and obviously like people even have been pointing out in the media and stuff like that we have a lot of flaws, which is fine. It's early. It's not a big deal to us. So we're just got to keep improving on those things and just keep getting better, and hopefully we just keep climbing.
Some players pay attention to the other teams in their league, some don't. I'm curious, do you pay attention to the rest of the league?
I mean, I kind of pay attention to basketball, like just everything. So I mean, I'm not like an expert on every team or to say anything like that, but I'm gonna pay attention to like what some of them are doing. And it's impressive what our league has been doing. I mean, it's impressive when you see I mean, a pretty good Colorado team have to go up into like a hard place to play up in Wyoming and lose, but it's cool. Like it's nice to see that our league's winning games. Like it's fun when we got to watch like San Diego State play Syracuse on the carrier ship. Like that stuff's cool. That's cool and as we climb the ranks, we're not only doing it for UNM, we're also doing it for the Mountain West Conference. So that's pretty cool.
Yeah, it's always fun. It's always a goal to try and crack that top 25, and I think we're handling a lot better this year than last year. We worked really hard to get ranked. We had a slow start to the season, so it was a lot harder to get into the rankings by the end of the year, and we lost those 2 games straight away and fell straight out of the poll. So, we're keeping a level head this year, but at the same time, we're coming out with that swagger that we know we're a top 25 team, and I mean, we're not playing our best basketball, but to still be ranked and to see in a lot of areas improvement, it's also exciting.
I think you said after the game on Saturday that it was just a temporary thing, but how's the head after that, taking that?
Yeah, it's fine. Yeah, no, I was a little bit blurry in the left eye, but fine now. I think I was just a little bit stunned more than anything, but no, I feel fine now.
What does it do for your confidence hitting those big shots in overtime?
Yeah, it does a lot. Yeah, no, I haven't. Obviously, a lot of people know I haven't made a lot of shots this year, and my percentage is obviously down, but I feel all the shots feel good. I think that's the most important thing. It's not as if they feel really bad. They all feel good. They're just not dropping. So, yeah, it's only a matter of time before they drop, and I was fortunate enough that they dropped at the right time.
But you mentioned that you guys haven't played your best basketball yet. What are you guys doing in practice to address some of those issues?
We evaluate each game. We have we let a 19-point lead slip, and we've done that a few times this season. But I think something that we've really done well is our defense. We haven't shot the ball well, so we got to work on our shooting and stuff like that. But our defense is what's kept us in games and given us an opportunity to win. And I think if we can dress our shooting, I mean, we've got great shooters on our team, and if they drop, and if that works along with our defense, we're going to be a pretty good team.
What have you seen about watching whatever film you've watched so far in USC? What do you see you have to do in your role against USC?
Haven't seen any tape yet. I guess we're about to address that. But I mean, we played them last year at their place, and I think it's a lot different. I think their team's a lot different. Some transfers have come in, and they're in a tough conference, and they've played some really good basketball this year. So, playing against a team of that caliber and that kind of history, it's always going to be a good team. So, we're looking forward to the challenge.
I asked Alex and I asked Coach as well, but the rest of the league is doing well. You got 3 teams now in the Mountain West in the top 25 and 3 receiving votes. So 6 out of 9 teams basically are on somebody's AP ballot this week. What does it mean for UNM to have the whole league doing what it's doing so far this year?
I think it does a lot. I think it's exciting, not only for the league but for us as well. But yeah, getting recognition on a national level, not just for us being in the AP polls and that, but yeah, for the whole league as well. I think it says a lot. We had a 4-team bid last year, and I think if teams continue to do what they're doing, we might be able to do that again with our league. So it's exciting that we're being recognised on a national level, but it's obviously means it's going to be a pretty tough conference time.